books to her credit that connects mythology to current affairs. That's like really interesting. And also the founder of Arts Radio, where art history is made accessible to a wider audience, she feels, to support the voices of emerging artists. Beautiful, gorgeous lady in yellow, Ritika Kochhar, please welcome her. Thank you, Ritika. It's a pleasure to have you here. I've known him since like ages. He's broken all norms of society. He expresses himself as a TEDx speaker. He's an LGBTQAI and rights activist, sorry for that. He's done some remarkable work in NHRC, police department and educational institutions. Worked with many Bollywood biggies, dressed them up. Sushmita Sen, Mandira Baby, Zina Taman, he's done it all with them. And this, what I wear, is thanks to the very talented, young accessory designer, Akash Agarwal. Welcome to the show. And we have with us a right-arm fast bowler, first played for Jharkhand under 19, went on to play the Ranji and then the ODI for India. A very successful cricket stint, and now he's a TV commentator and a bowling coach for IPL for SRH, based in Bangalore. Have I got it right, Varun? Please welcome Varun. Okay, so now we're going to discuss, this is not a debate, it's just a viewpoint that we're going to have on what they feel and what you feel. It'll be really nice if we can make it very interactive. So, very basic questions which will be asked, and I would like the panelists to speak about it. If anyone has a question in between, you're free to stand up and ask them, and I'm sure you guys will happily oblige. Okay. So my first question, we start with Varun. And I'm very intrigued to what he wants to say to us. I'm fine, answer if I want to. Thank you. What is your creative inspiration in which life pushes you ahead? In whatever you do, whether you're in the field, you're commentating, whatever.
I think for me, it's more about being the best version of myself more than anything else. And obviously, from time to time.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes. Obviously, from time to time, the external inspiration pops up from there and there. But I believe that inspiration, obviously, external can drive you from time to time, but it's more what's internal that drives you in the long term. And no matter what I do, I do it because I like doing it and I love it. I wouldn't take up an assignment or a team if I didn't connect to it, if I didn't relate to it. And I think it's more intrinsic, the inspiration that comes, and it's more to push myself to do better.
So let me ask you, when you were bowling in the field, did you try and make your bowling creative? Did you try to do it? It's just a very curious question.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be creative, especially, we all watch T20 cricket nowadays. And as a bowler, if you're not going to be creative, then you just go to the cleaners every single time you take the field. Because the conditions favor the batsman, the ground favors the batsman. And as a bowler, you have to be more creative than ever. So if it's talking about how you vary your legs, your face, how you bowl, different deliveries, you have to be really creative. Especially all odds are against you. So yeah, as a bowler, I definitely had to dig deep to be creative.
Yeah, so then you got your art into your bowling. Right. Kritika, what is your creative inspiration? We have the mic here. We can use the mic.
One of my favorite things and something which I conduct on a daily basis is I say your father, and Mata is the earth. And you suddenly realize that the world is so much bigger than just the people around you, just your work, just, you know, religion doesn't seem to start from people or from a place in the world. It's something which you have to go through. You really have to work with everything around you. And this on a daily basis, every time I see my desire, this giving, this giving. In fact,
You also mentioned when I was talking to you that you get your inspiration from this source called the Shakti.
absolutely.
So we'll come back to that.
Should I continue on that?
We will come back to that. Thank you so much. Jattinn.
So you want me to give you a small Kahani or a big Kahani?
I wanted to give you a small Kahani, but I wanted to talk about what actually drives you, your inspiration to your creativity. You're such a creative person.
Well, I'm not sure about the inspiration bit. I have a very simple way of looking at things. I view everything and everyone as energy. So you are energy, the stable is energy, everything is energy. And energy can take any form. Unlike human beings, we can pretend, we can be fake. Energy cannot be fake. So you'll realize that you will have connection with some people and with some people you don't have connection. And it's also possible that people you've been great friends with all of a sudden are not great friends with. And there is no discussion, there is no argument. And all of a sudden you wonder, what happened? It just disappeared. So basically what happens is that because we are energy, so we all work on a frequency. So only when your frequency matches the frequency of the other person will you connect with. Otherwise you can't connect. So it's entirely up to you whether you want to lower your frequency or you want to higher your frequency. Because the lower it is, the more people you will connect. So there's nothing wrong or right about it. It's just a matter of choice. So for me, my inspiration is energy.
I think
And
that's
I-
a wonderful note, and you've given a food for thought to a lot of people about energy. So we will take it on from there. Akash.
Yeah. So I should first. So it's called LGBTQIA+.
I'm sorry about that.
I owe this question to the committee. Yeah, please. And so what inspires me is Gali Mohalla Sarak Puja or Makan Purani. Because all of us sitting here in this cocoon of reality have forgotten our roots and have forgotten the fact that our art needs to reach back to the roots and to the people, the larger audience. I am not looking forward for only to cater HNIs. I am not. I'm looking forward to have that Ambani idea of Karma Dunya Muchi. Yeah. So what should inspire you is something which is economical, viable, sellable, affordable, wearable, and if it all it happens to all of them. The only inspiration that you need is the person you're catering to and the needs of the strata you're dealing with. To this woman who is now not just looking forward to be adored in jewelry, but has to have practical wearability to it as well. What I landed seeing that what the artist has also done is it's practically he has just put in up what you were seeing around the journey. We as artists landed going to the la land of creating what should look better, but it sometimes reaches to the dead end. And for me, the inspiration and the creations that I create needs to go to the larger.
Actually, it connects so well with Pratap because he always, I think he lived art instead of actually making.
We live life.
We live life.
हम काले शीशे चश्मे काले लगा के गाड़ियों को काले शीशे में चढ़ा के दुनिया देख रहे हैं और अपने आप को बंद दरवाजों में एक आर्ट फॉर्म क्रिएट करके कह रहे हैं आर्टिस्ट में where is the art? Art is on the streets. Art is in the communication. Art is in the people you see around.
Art is in the energy that is here.
Art is in the energy.
So yeah, thank you, Akash. I think we've summed up. I think about what they get inspired by in their lives. And I will come back to you on this. But I want to move ahead from that and then ask you a very interesting question. You know, we all heard of the tool called AI, which is, with the changing scenario, it's engulfing all of us, right? In whatever way we are creating things. So, do you think this AI is an interference in your creativity? Because, like all of you said, your inspiration comes from the roots, from within you. You know, it's you who actually give the push to the inspiration in whatever form it may be. For Jattinn, it is the energy. For her, it is Shakti. For Akash, it is the Gadi Kunj. For, Varun, it is, the creativity getting pushes themselves from inside. Do you think AI as a tool is interfering in your creative thoughts? Varun, I'll start with you again. In your field, do you think it is good, bad, ugly? This is not a debate, but just a...
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first of all, anything, I think we as humans are threatened by anything new. And if you're talking about AI, you can use it to your advantage or you can let it completely rule you. So I would say it's AI is beneficial. Depends how you use it. You shouldn't be over-reliant on anything, I feel. Especially with AI, like in my field of broadcasting, if say there's a young cricketer who suddenly comes in and he's on TV and I don't know anything about him, all I have to do is type his name on AI and AI gives me all the information in a matter of seconds. So I can use that information to actually bring out something on TV which I don't know about that young cricketer who's on the field in an IPL, for example. So I feel like anything in the world, if you overdo it, obviously it's going to become a problem, but you should just know how to use it to the
But don't you think, Varun, that listening to cricket matches on the radio in good old days was more interesting?
It depends. I mean, if you don't want to watch the players playing and you just want to hear somebody talk about the players, if that's interesting to you, so be it. But if you want to actually visually see a game, which might be interesting to the masses, so that shows your both. I mean, it's just like vinyls and Spotify, or whatever you like. Obviously, vinyls have a higher quality,
Yes.
but Spotify gives you more access to a lot more artists.
That's wonderful. Jattinn?
What would you like me to tell you?
No, just say what you want to say. Don't say it because I am asking.
No, see, the thing is, acceptance is very important in life. So I've come across lots of people who are forever fighting a sandstorm. And that is not a very clever thing to do. You can fight it all your life. You are never going to win. So now we have to accept the fact that this is going to be a part of our life. How we want to use it is entirely in our hands. Instead of going around and saying it's very bad or it's very good, everything in life has to be balanced. So once you have learned that simple act, you can balance anything. AI, no AI, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Does the audience have anybody? Anyone wants to ask something
I have a question from him.
for him? Yes, please.
I am Harvinder and I am also using AI for my research purpose. As you said, when you need information within a second, you type the name and information come up. So, do you find like anytime you come across that you have like came across a wrong information?
So again, like I alluded to
Thank you.
previously, I don't overuse it, and generally I have all the information with me. But in that odd case, I don't know something, that's when I use it, and generally it's right. But I'm not doing research on cricket through AI.
Right.
Again, if I started doing research on cricket through AI and didn't rely on myself, then I would be actually relying on AI, but I'm not relying on AI at all.
Right.
I just use it for that one-off case, which I don't know about, and it can just be like a micro information I need, not something which is very macro.
So you find it authentic?
Absolutely. Depends how much you use it.
Because in in one of my experience, I wanted to know about, I was working on like World War II research in the British Indian Army. So what had happened, I wanted to know some of the soldiers. So I put the name of the soldier, battalion and all. And what he has given, he has jumbled up like few soldiers and just pop up.
I get your point. Again, I'm not doing research. I'm just getting information of a critical. And I think with battalions and people who've been in world wars, it can be very vague because there were many people involved. But say Auntie Valerie's a cricketer and she plays for Uttarakhand, for example. AI is going to give me very accurate information because they're already, for a cricketer to reach the IPL level, just as an example, he would have had to play a lot of cricket along the way. So there is a lot of information on the net. And coming back to the World War II question, back then there wasn't the internet, so you're not going to have very accurate.
Correct.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So to take that on, because we talked of database for soldiers, I have two lieutenant colonels, very dear friends from the Indian Army sitting just behind you, and I would like to ask Colonel Joshi, what would you think if you had AI back in those days, where just a thought.
Like Jattinn says, armies all over the world have progressed with the use of technology. And so it is not that we do not have technology come in at that point in time in the 80s and 90s. So we also were the first to get satellites, where when you all were standing in Tata booths to get home, we were talking on a sat phone. So AI or no AI, technology has to be accepted and used because that is what is driving the whole world. So if we had AI at that time, we would have been having something else now. Beyond AI.
Correct.
So we were managing men, we would have been managing AI with men. Men would have been less,
Yes.
machines would have been more. That was what
Thank you so much. Okay, Ritika.
Oh,
That's a very good thought. Ritika, your thoughts.
My thoughts on AI. Okay, I left the house. I was working on DaVinci Resolve, FlipChat, Zoom, just trying to get into AI. I was trying to get my sound right on an interview, trying to get the captions to work, etc. AI, I think we all have a very, very different idea of AI. So what Jattinn was talking about was a much larger idea than I think what Pratap was talking about. That I think she was talking about ChatGPT. Or one of those. Yeah, one of the two. Now, in terms of research, I completely agree with you. I've written my own name, and it's given me a book which I haven't written, and I haven't chosen. So I wasn't really trusted in terms of something else. Yes, we cannot live without AI today as it is. But I was also thinking today about the fact that, as a writer, there are some lines which have lived with me forever, which inspire me on daily basis.
Maybe somewhere you get stuck sometimes where you are not able to express yourself. Would you take help?
So all the time,
Some expressions?
when I finished writing, so for example, when I was doing my postgraduate course in art history, after I finished writing my paper, to send the paper, I was getting AI to write my email to my teacher because she already, 5 times she already said no to it. So yes, by that time,
It's 5 different languages, but then we get excited.
yeah, my articles, etc., my books, I'm not, because why take away the joy of being human?
Exactly, yeah.
You, for example, when you introduce yourself, you say you're an artist, you're a potter. Jattinn is a fashion designer.
I wonder when AI is going to start doing pottery for me. I'm still waiting for the day to come.
But still, I mean, these are the parts which are the human parts of us that inspire us, that we want to keep with us. So, if you're working in an office, for example, where you are using artificial intelligence, tomorrow you can be replaced by artificial intelligence.
Yes.
But you, as a potter, your joy in life, what what is you?
Ritika, you're never sure of us. You'll never know what is in store for us maybe 10 years from now. Thank you so much on that thought. Akash?
You know, I think we all are at the crossroads of truth. It's up to us to accept it and sail through it, or be one of those kinds who said, "मैं इससे अलग रहा," and we are Diwali and Muslima in their own sense. Yeah, you can have a picture of yours, your generations next would say, "ये अलग थे." You want to be like that? Your journey. You want to sail through and stay relevant to your Dada के ज़माने से पोते के ज़माने तक. That he was upgraded and he was this and he was that, he was relevant and this, all of these things. So it's a personal choice. You want to say through that. You have to understand the fact that it is our duty then to correct ChatGPT if it is not giving us the right process. And it will not go there and correct it. And if she would not access it and correct it, we would come to a post, like how a post-truth is, a post-Trump truth. Yeah? Like what he believes is the truth, and that's what it is all about. So either you let the ChatGPT narrate a story for the generations ahead, or you correct it right now. It's more important for us to get onto it and correct it when we can. Because trust me, we're not going to be there, but ChatGPT is going to be having 10 more generations ahead.
You know, that is really interesting, you know. So we have amongst us Colonel Sanjay Mitra, who's a training coach, a guru, and you know, and great admirer of his. What would you think of this ChatGPT? I mean, you judge people, not judge, you define people in various ways. Do you think AI kind of is a tool for you? You know, when you want to define a person or help him out in his life. What do you think of it?
As Akash said, AI is there to stay. You can keep it. AI is here to stay. We will further define. ChatGPT is an important tool. How you use it is very important. Let me give you a practical example. Of Sindhu wouldn't have been possible without AI. Can you imagine what are we talking? We are talking about a few conversations. We won our war with AI. So just imagine the power of AI, but how it was implemented and how it is being used. So the art may be replaced, but the artist cannot be replaced.
So it means you're saying that the soldiers had to do their job at the end.
Yes.
We just look at AI as a tool.
No, actually, he's right. The half of the job was done from the station, and where the satellite had to just go and bump it.
Correct.
That's how the war was this time. It's absolutely
Right, and it's going to be more. Like, look at the focus, even in the army. The other day we were having a discussion, the whole focus is getting shifted from infantry and armor, which was the queen of the battle and the king of the battle, to what? Missiles. To what? Your systems. Now, overnight, I don't want to reveal the secrets, it's not be right, but overnight there was a crisis in the option. The second day there was a crisis. Next day morning, the generals and the air marshals, the admirals, they sat down, changed the strategy, and we were again back on the top. Wow, we shifted the entire strategy, and AI was brought in a big. So let's, without going further into detail, it's a way of life. If whether AI writes there or we write AI, so I think more important would be we understand AI, write AI. AI is in its infancy, it's not even started. Not even started, it's in infancy.
I think what you're saying, we need to have a huge conversation with you over beer or coffee. I think we just cannot end here and now. Thank you so much for the input. It was really nice.
In coaching, because coaching is very similar to art, AI is coming in where one Sanjay Mitra will not coach. I can coach only say 10 people in a year or 12 people in a year. I'll be coaching say 200 people in a year. There will be chatbots. There will be AI, information into all those chatbots. And they will be interacting with different coaches till a certain level, and only at some level they will interact with the master coach.
Because when we use this time, it was not about kitne jawan mare, but kitne satellite station udaye gaye. That was the news.
You want to say something? Someone will go.
So first I'm just imagining a lot of the Pasha thoughts. But I think we're all missing one small point here, and it's critical. Your AI is as good as how you train it. Okay? So what is it being trained on? And therefore, how you're nuancing, how you can use that information. Okay? So if you want to use, for example, AI creatively, then you can train it. Now, you know, how you train it, that's a whole different level of programming, and that's a lot of things going on. And obviously, this is not a plug for what's happening in this country, but the fact is, India will have large language learning models, which are going to be multilingual. Now, it's never been done elsewhere in the world, so we can look forward to that.
I think that was a very, very nice input. Thank you so much. Do you want to say something?
You can have both the mics.
Anybody else wants to say something on this? Or should we go to the next question? Yeah, Mary?
I think AI in this field kills creativity.
Mary doesn't need a mic.
Yeah, it kills creativity in this art form. And when your creativity is lost, because everything you get through AI. So where's your creativity?
That's what I said. I'm scared. You know, maybe there'll be someone who will be doing pottery for me after 5 years.
No, but what we are celebrating today,
Yeah.
what we are celebrating today is a 70-year-old art form, right? This artist has a 70-year-old legacy, and we are celebrating today. So it's very municipal for us as a viewpoint to say that there will be people like VFX for us celebrate over 50 years. That is how it will change, that this was the AI generated creative which was best at that time. So you never know how forward and future is going to be like. You cannot discard. The creativity would change. The basis would sustain. But the idea and the process can be different.
Jattinn, where does your energies come in here?
Well, AI is also an energy. It's another form of energy. So the more you resist anything, it will persist. So you just have to get your act together.
Absolutely. Okay, that very handsome gentleman at the back wants to say something. Yes.
Thanks, Vipasha. So the thing is, you see, we have heard about this tool called 3D printing. What it is doing these days is you're designing, right? You're giving dimensions and feeding coordinates, and it's even printing a house for you. That's how in your field AI is going to integrate. You might be someday fitting a gadget on your head. It will read your mind and then create a design, and then through 3D printing, it will provide you the prototype.
In fact, the information that there are machines which have started making pottery through yes, they are doing 3D things there. Yes, please.
Yeah, you were mentioning about art and AI. Just to add in, I've been in the auto sector for many years. I've seen in the auto initially used to be manually done. Then AI came into play there many years back. And used to be maybe over 20 years back. So the development in the AI has taken a lot of cars and design changes which you're seeing over the last 10 years, which you're seeing now on the roads. And the technology is moving very fast. Similarly, as our gentleman just mentioned over here, you have had the 91 Gulf War, then the war in Taliban thing. Now the Ukraine war has been a game changer for the West. And that's what India just used. And you look at the drones and artificial technology and things which are happening, and robots coming in fighting out there. So, world is.
Would you want robots playing cricket somewhere? I don't know, the question was coming into my mind for a very long time. So I thought I'll ask you.
You never know. I mean, never say never, but I don't see that happening as of now. Then you are pretty much going to have bots for everything. Because you can't take the human element out of cricket, I would say, out of sport. Yes, there robots doing, but at least in the next 50 years, I will see robots coming in instead of
I think thank God for that. We have normal cricket. I just hope so. Yes, Kritika, please.
In all this conversation, I was just wondering about how AI is basically helping humans rather than destroying it, and destroy humanity and destroy thinking. Why is nobody talking about AI building houses for the poor? Why? Where are we on that? Where are we on say the floods which have happened across North India? Why are they happening when we theoretically should have AI in place to solve all of this? Where are these conversations happening rather than war and destruction and
You know, I got Mr. Gupta said yes, yeah.
you're talking about cars, and you're talking about, and this is what's happening. I believe the first female crash test dummy for in cars was developed within the last 10 years or 12 years. There's never been a female crash test dummy, which means that cars are not built for women. Where have we really progressed? I mean, when we're talking about how fast we're progressing, is health for women becoming a priority there? Is cars, I mean, safety for women becoming a priority there? Where are all these topics which should be the first things which we should use AI for?
I think like Mr. Gupta said, it's how you train, it's how you accept AI in your work. It all depends on that. And how you move forward with it. I think that's what is the question which everybody needs to ask. Instead of debating that it's taking over the world and it's not taking over the world. It's how you train it,
and how you create connected policies.
Exactly.
Which is useful to humanity.
Just to answer the lady who mentioned about the cars and things, is why cars leaving the test, etc. come late. Just to give an idea, the big three in the US never allows the rail network to come up. That's why the cars and the auto sector and the fuel sector, which control the lobby in the US government, have the infrastructure, the roads very good and the cars safe. So it's what you control and what you want to have is what AI is actually basically leading to that message. What you want will be there. What you don't want will not be there.
So can we start thinking in terms of...
So I would like to say it's happening. I work with a lot of companies. Globally, what you are saying, it's all happening. The war came to the forefront because it was an immediate thing and you could see. All other areas it's happening. To give an example, the other day I was given global CEOs. A mandate is Fortune 100 company. The mandate is said all our people have to completely be AI literate. Because who will manage the AI? As somebody said, somebody has to work on AI. So therefore, he has issued a mandate, otherwise he will be out of job. And they are taking on a lot of people, must be very lot of people being taken out of job. Now whether it's Microsoft or it's Intuit or all these top companies. And they have to be AI literate and go to high AI because they are the ones who will manage it. So all this is happening, just wait for not even more than 10 years.
And I think it's coming as a subject in schools also. In most of the schools, I think they're teaching AI as like how we used to learn computers and things like that.
You will feel out of everything which out of font unless you get into it and you
There are lifestyle that they kind of changes happening. And
continuous level. Actually, she doesn't have too many questions.
So we are actually becoming
How many people
less
are-
for many young people to
It is
do what we do
usually
in the
group party study. You are sending to all the people.
Okay, now,
Nobody
you know,
is
taking forward from where you finished, my third question is, like you said, where do we see ourselves 10 years from now with this tool in hand? Are we scared that we're going to kill our creativity? Are we afraid that what we are doing right now in our comfort zone, are we happy? We are so happy with it. And we feel that everything ready-made is going to be downloaded, and whatever we are doing, whether it's in the field of cricket or, you know, creativity, jewelry, fashion, the corporate sector, like I said, there's a little bit of art in everything. I would say, like, the feeling of a soldier when he runs to the battlefield, the zest with which he goes to fight, is AI going to kill it? That's my question to you. Jattinn?
I think we've discussed enough of killing, and I am all for living. And the fact is, we are all alive. We're all having this conversation. So this is a very good way of acknowledging the fact that AI is here, and so are we. And I think this applies to every sector of our life. We all need to live in harmony. I mean, whether it's different religions, different people, different ideologies, there is space for everything. So whatever rocks your boat, whatever works for you, AI, great, no AI, great. It's a choice you're making and you're going to live with it. So I'd rather believe in the light.
Wonderful. I think something that happened up. Just sum it up.
AI is a tool, and we can't make AI into a word. We can't make it. We have to keep our humanity alive, and we have to use it as a tool and advance. Don't let it rule our lives.
You know, I would just sum up by saying here that it is up to us. AI की convenience इतना चाहिए मुझसे Google Uber.
मुझे ये बताओ, तुम अपनी jewelry design करोगे AI?
I'm very sure that like my hair is on my AI is not enough to cover my skills. मतलब I'm very secure. अभी नहीं आया. मतलब 2 generations later we will not even have this AI tools sitting and talking to us different things. In my real life, I don't see AI taking over my space and identity. I don't see that. Not coming from that.
So you said that answer.
I think AI is here to stay. I think we all summed it up pretty much equally, and it's just how we use it.
That's it.
That's it.
Anybody from the audience?
I got the mic. Because how I see it is, many years down, women are still going to be producing babies in 9 months. AI is not magic. We have to see it as efficiency, right? Women will produce children, but there will be efficient health systems, and that is what we should be talking about.
I think that's a wonderful thought.
Because we all understand AI is trained, right? So if we are feeding in the right things, if we are pushing it in the right directions, that is the knowledge which will come back to us. That is how it's going to train back the world. So it's not magic. It is efficiency, and that is what people have to know. We are at a cusp right now in this room. Probably all of us don't even know. We are looking at it with very narrow view. AI is not ChatGPT. It is huge, huge. So I think we have to be open, like everybody is saying, it's here to stay. Be open to see how it comes back and kind of let it take in our lives when it has to.
Wonderful. I think that was great. To sum it all, this was the viewpoint of people who are looking at art as inspiration from outside, taking help of AI as a tool, not taking help. Some are comfortable, some say it's here to stay, some feel it's the energy around me. So it's all the thoughts of various people from various fields. Now let me come back to an artist. So we have with us Mr. Niladri Paul. A lot of people know him. He's a fantastic artist. Been painting for the last 40 years now. College of Art, Calcutta again. Niladri, what do you think as an artist? Are you comfortable?
Yeah. As an artist, I think what we believe, what I believe.
That side.
So I think it is completely my belief system.
Sitting over here now.
So
you go that side.
when
You take the camera.
AI
That
is
side.
there, sometimes I do get
There.
very help. And while painting studio, sometimes I feel there
You
is
go
somebody
that side. You go that side.
whom I can talk to.
So that's exactly what I want to say, because you come from two generations. You've seen when there is no existence of AI. You've completely used your creativity, and then suddenly this one came up. So you're on this side also.
This side.
So what is the difference?
It's a perfect blending, I think, technology and creativity, history, and at the same time the science we believe. So both the mixture is very good. I think this is very good, combination.
So Niladri paints these wonderful portraits of women. So next time we'll see an AI and Niladri all together. Maybe. On that note, thank you so much. You've been such a wonderful audience. Thank you, panel. Varun, Akash, Ritika, Jattinn. I think we've had a wonderful time together. Thank you, finding out time to do this for us. We are so honored. And the audience, you have been wonderful. To felicitate our guests, we have a little gift of this thing for you, Valerie. Can you? Yeah, okay. Thank you for finding time and doing this for us. So we have a little token of appreciation of giving us time. Varun Aaron?
Before we start, I want to mention Valerie's outfit and then this.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Varun. Akash Agarwal. May you keep designing lovely jewelry. Thank you so much for coming. Ritika, we look forward to your next book. Lots of paintings, lots of art shows, and a lot of good elements. Thank you so much. Thank you, people. It was a lovely evening. Thank you for spending your time. There is a cup of tea. Is there a cup of tea outside? There is a cup of tea outside. Please drink, mingle, see the show, and have a good day. Thank you so much.